anyway, this was just like one day, and then so coincident start after I start hanging out with Steve more. Steve also joined my family and start also making fun of me. Like about I'm the disgraced son and he's gonna be the son who's gonna replace me and things like that. So Steve would join my family and start also making fun of me on being a disgraced son. And it's just so coincident. One day, it's like as I was walking back from the park, there was a magazine, like basically some sort of magazine. One of the pages torn out from a magazine, and there's a woman doesn't not wearing any clothes on that page. So I remember saw that on like one of the sidewalk and close to the curve of the parking. So immediately fold that page up and put it in my pocket, and it's like, and I've been hiding that picture, just like, I don't know, like just at the time I just felt being a disgraced son of probably really not gonna get a chance to be around any woman. And especially Steve also, you know, was saying that, if I would to be around any woman or a girl or anything like that, any female, it's just like I'm gonna be all shy and everything, couldn't talk and everything. So it kinda like, Steve's been making fun of me a lot on that, so it felt like maybe that's what the surrounding, my surrounding would also see that probably couldn't be around girl like what Steve's been saying. So I felt, I probably, so just, I decided to keep that picture, in my wallet because of having make fun of all the time about not able to be around the female and things like that. So, and it's just one day Steve was just coming, like searching for me in my house, it's like asking where I'm at and things like that. And it's just so coincident, at the time I was having a hobby on collecting the toys and also making story out the toys, and I found a hiding place for that, because I couldn't let my family know about it. They might make fun of me even more and things like that. So I found a hiding place at the garage, at my garage and things like that. So, occasionally would go to the garage and close the garage and just sneak around in the garage and just making story out of the toy collection I have. And then just so pretty much this one day Steve's looking for me and was asking my family, and then he finally found me in the garage, and it's like asking what am I doing in the garage and things like that. And then he start asking me am I hiding something from him and my family and things like that. So he start interrogating me, and then it's like then I kind of argue back, it's just why all of a sudden you just came to my house and start interrogating me. And it's like, no, this is my house, it's like, why don't you just show a little respect to my house and things like that. And it's at the time I was living in an apartment, so I was like, this is my apartment, and why just want start interrogating about my apartment, where I live and everything. So I start kind of argue back at Steve, and then he kind of like start looking through my wallet, and it so happened there was that picture that nude woman, the woman without any clothes. I folded and put it in my wallet. So if Steve continues searching through my wallet, he's gonna find that picture. So while he's searching through my wallet, I kind of like just smack the wallet out of his hand, and then me and him start getting into like a fight, and then it's like, so it felt like there's that argument there, a fight broke out because of this picture of this woman not wearing any clothes and things like that. And I felt like my family and Steve already make fun of me enough for being a disgraced son and things like that. pretty much it's just I've been having a lot of fight in the, like I have more fights than Steve because I regulate the M10 Combat League, and also I have been participating in the M10 Combat fight, so I was able to put Steve in a headlock and just told him, you started the fight, you came to my apartment and start interrogating me and start searching through my wallet, just smack it out your hand because that's rude, you didn't even ask me for my permission to start searching through my wallet. So I told him that that's the reason I put you in the headlock, so I'm gonna let you go, and we call it truce, and it's like call it even and things like that, and so pretty much, and then he agreed for the truce, so I kind of let him go, so kind of like in a way, like, but like I felt that could be an argument, it's like the fight broke out because of a picture of a woman not wearing clothes and things like that, and so I felt like it's gonna create more disgrace to my life and things like that, and because my family and she's been, making fun of me for being a disgraced son. Anyway, so pretty much that's how I felt. Just that's the only way to ever being. I just, that's my fantasy, just looking at the women, it felt like having fantasy that's as close as I got and things like that, and so pretty much like I, so it was, but like I'm saying, I just I made it like becoming like like something that I started, collecting magazine with this. Well, first the Vicky Zhao, Vicky Zhao, because of she was a rising actress in China, and my family with Quincy was watching a lot like her TV series, the My Fair Princess, the season 1 and season 2, and my parents watch it a lot, multiple time after they done watching, and they watch it again. So remember, and did so kind of like find out that Vicky Zhao and Ruby Ling, all the two in the main like sort of like where they are my fair princess in that TV series, and so remember, so I might just go with one of them and Vicky Zhao, so start collecting picture of them, just to go with my family. I mean, like the same time, like it's just also it felt like something I like to do, collecting picture of film, but it gave me more reason because my family watched My Fair Princess a lot, and it seems like I'm just copying what my family's doing and things like that. So it gave me more reason to collect pictures of Vicky Zhao and things like that, and so pretty much starting from there, start collecting picture, and then there's a time, like my my oldest sister, my oldest sister, I have two older sisters, and my oldest sister, she sometimes shop at Victoria's Secret, and she have Victoria's Secret magazine, and there's like also female woman models, and so remember like kind of like in a way after she looked through her magazine, remember would keep them and things like that. And I mean because Victoria's Secret have lingerie and things like that, it would hide them, but like as for Vicky, I could do it more openly, because my family watched My Fair Princess all the time. So, like, I mean, I could do that in the public, like buying Vicky's out pictures of magazine with her on the cover. I could do that publicly. As for the Victoria's Secret, because it's like displaying lingerie and things like that, so I have to hide those magazine and things like that. And remember like one of the model name, remember Angie is one of the model names from Victoria's Secret. And Angie and Josie Moran. So remember those two models from Victoria's Secret. Pretty much like, well, well, pretty much I just didn't, because okay, it's flashing that it's almost out of battery, so I have to stop the video and start a new video, and by plugging the AC adapters so that the battery could continue. I'm going to stop the video in 3, 2, 1.